Welcome back to East Kalimantan, Borneo. It is day 16 in the jungle.
Good morning. It's day 16. I'm pretty banged up because I got some sort of sinus infection trying to show up from all the mold. But we are beginning to pack up camp. Lots of crap. There's the camp. About to have breakfast. There's the rest of the camp. But it's been an awesome camp. Lots of extra firewood. The river is raging today, so it's going to delay our departure some. We got to let it calm down. So the rapids aren't super dangerous. There's our rods, there's our boots. This is the longest I've spent in the jungle, and the toll is starting to become apparent because there's basically mold on everything, and then you open up more stuff, and it's just fucking covered. Boom, fish pond, rod tube. Okay. Good example of how much the water level fluctuates. This log was completely bone dry yesterday when we had our success fishing up this tributary. I'm a little sad though, because where it's chocolate milk, there apparently is a big cave, and that's where the 40-50 pound Mahseer are, and they spear them there for their ceremonies. And so my hope this morning was to go up there and jig with my 10 weight with a 400 grain sinking line and a 1 ounce jig and just see what happens. But River didn't say yes to that. Remnants of the kitchen. I used those 3 stones to support the kettle. Oh, breaking it down. This hammock system is pretty fascinating. So it's rice bags and fertilizer bags that haven't been used, but you do a suspension with the 2 poles, and then you use another stick to keep it tight right there. And here's the view of camp being taken down from the beach. That's the boat I'm gonna go in. Probably Rob goes in there. And then we got the 2 gear boats. Really awesome trip. Super stoked we got here. Super stoked everybody got Mahseer. Really excited to come back, tweak a few things, and crush it even harder. But now we're gonna go downriver, gonna go down the tributary. Should take us about 2.5 hours. I don't know, the water's really up, so we might just be able to shoot all the rapids. Just zoom, and then we'll go up the big river, not that far, to get to Long Tuyog, the main village. Hopefully there'll be good news that the flight is coming in tomorrow. The river is absolutely raging. Essentially unrecognizable from when we came up a week ago. There's gravel bars that we had to walk around and portage through that are just completely non-existent, just covered in water. Cool to be out in the open. Take the panoramic sky for granted. Don't see it for a week. It's really relaxing to see so much sky. Boat we took up here. Ready to roll. Let the journey to Singapore and then Laos begin. Beautiful house. Looks like this is where we're staying for the night. It's wild how much the temperature has risen just by getting out of the higher mountains and into a more open, sunny area. Feels nice. New fruit, langsat. They're amazing. This is magical. Some of them have little pits, almost like a pistachio, but otherwise it's just pure goodness. I don't know what to compare it to. It's really good. Really, really good. This one's got a pit. So here's a big capable truck. Fajar, Mr. Fly Fishing Indonesia, was in that truck crossing a river the other day, and it went for a swim. They're drying everything out and redoing it. But luckily, it sounds like everybody was okay. And that must have been a gnarly experience. They ended up having to tie the truck to the bank with rattan vines and just, I guess, wait till the water went down. Crazy. Give us a little side eye. Oh, they're cool. Look at these deer. They're almost the size of elk. Can you imagine seeing that big deer in the jungle? Cool.
Liah, our camp dad, translator, and host, agreed to give us a tour of his home. which he referred to as the big house when I called it the long house. I believe the house was larger historically and was host to 5 families when Liah was growing up, this being the main sleeping quarters.
Look at the detail on this wood carving. Incredible. Wow.
Definitely nothing like that.
Also a big moment because Reptile should get his passport soon. This house is incredible. Liah said it was built in 1912, so over 100 years old. And look at this door, yes. Wow. Incredible.
Reunited and it feels so good.
It's a full rebuild on the truck that went for a swim. What a great view from the big house.
And this is the ground floor of the big house. It is the ceremonial area and is currently being renovated and restored. Absolutely stunningly gorgeous. And that is where the warriors' headhunting trophies are hung in the rafters.
Base of a new boat being built. Sounds like Laos is off. Oh man, I love Indonesia. The people are amazing. The fishing's incredible. But the logistics will make you lose your mind. We were supposed to have a Cessna charter today that we paid for like 3 months ago. It just disappears, doesn't happen. But now we're supposed to be on a government plane tomorrow. Same airstrip, maybe the same plane. It's not paid for. We need local currency. We just gave all our local currency as tips.
Clearly I'm having a meltdown here, but the important thing to remember is that the fishing is so good because the logistics are so hard.
I don't even know if we're going to have enough local currency to get on this plane. And then Laos, that was paid for. Flights have been, 2 different flights have been booked to different places. It's off. We don't have the permit because it takes at least 2 weeks to get the permit, even though the plan for the trip was established in like September. Sometimes it's like, maybe I'll just get back in the DIY game.
This is probably the best sleep Rob's had since he lost his passport.
All right, so one door closes, another opens, right? I've always wanted to figure out on foot GT, triggerfish fishing in Indo. I think there's good opportunity. I don't know where to go, but what I need to do right now is decide, do I have the right gear? I've got tons of bait fish flies, so I can GT fish, no problem. I've got 80-pound tests. I'd rather have 100. I don't have any GT lines, but I've got tropical floating lines, so those might be strong enough. I don't know if I have materials to tie bonefish or trigger flies. So I'm going to look through all my materials and see if I have enough stuff. I've got rubber legs. I don't know if I have any small hooks. I might have some dumbbell eyes, so we'll see. Well, I don't have some more hooks. The lightest dumbbell eyes I have are large, which is pretty freaking heavy. I don't think I brought lead. But you know what I do have? I have a lot of this. So if I can just find smaller hooks somewhere, this can make a pretty damn good crustacean. I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to try to do saltwater. The only thing I'm really missing is the hooks for bonefish flies or triggerfish flies. But one concern is just my body's annoyance from this bee sting.